What's up, guys? How's it going? Good evening. Happy Saturday night, or whatever time it is for you. Let's give a couple people a minute to get in here, get settled. Well, we're about to do the first week a reveal show for Zelda 1 Category League. Should be awesome. I'm excited. Don't worry, I haven't rolled anything yet, so whatever you see on screen isn't necessarily what's been done. We'll do it live. We'll do it legit. We'll do it very soon. Yeah, just let me know if the background music is too loud, and if it is, then I'll ditch it. Not sure what you're rooting for here. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm kind of excited for all the categories. Just to kind of take a look, we have main categories over here on the left side. I have them weighted a little bit. So we have 80% first quest, 80% no pay, first quest, 15% each chance within that group. Got a 1 in 8 chance for 100% no pay for first quest, 10% chance for swordless first quest or second quest, 10% chance for second quest hundo, 10% chance for second quest any percent or no up and A, and then a 7.5% chance for first quest 100% with up and A. And then I've mixed extreme rules for both and low percent for both. Moving over to extension categories, the ones in play are 100% plus, a new category. It's 100% with up A, and you also get the magical shield, all maps and compasses, and then you have the option of getting potions or hearts from the Take Any One shops. 5 heart challenge, max keys, minimal B I'm going to scratch actually, so let me modify that. It'll change our odds a little bit. We can even game with this a little bit more if there's interest, but I meant to scratch that. So we have RDO swordless, TDO glitchless, and the same for second quest. And the way this one's weighted is it has a 50% likelihood more of being first quest over second quest. So you got a 6 2/3% chance for second quest and a 10% chance for first quest. And then I just nixed minimal B, so let's fix that. Oops. My bad. There we go. For item levels, what I did was I omitted the swords that weren't magical sword or white sword. We kept white sword, so sword, obviously it's a dumb category. Power bracelet I removed. Red ring I removed, but I might be tempted to put that one back in. Remove the letter, remove silvers. Removed by both upgrades, because it's not on the category board. Removed all the shop stuff. And removed all the all compasses, hearts, etc. So what we did retain was any of the B slot items, any of the special items that go above the inventory, like magical book, magical key, ladder, raft, etc. We've retained upgrades in either quest, even though, interest is divided, I guess. And then we have white and magical sword as part of the IL category, and blue ring. Blue ring's probably silly to keep, so I'm gonna scratch that. Mostly because you have to MMG, basically. So I don't know if people want to actually learn that, but we'll scratch blue ring for now, and we'll actually add back in just for fun. We'll add in red ring. Let's fix these real quick. One. All right, so that's set. So we added back in the red ring and we removed the blue ring just to change the MMG. There's a bit of a breakdown here too. First and second quests are equally likely, but the swords and the rings are half as likely. Or rather, everything that's not a sword or a ring is 50% more likely than mags, white, or red ring. And then last we got Triforces, even weight here, 1 through 8 Triforces, because 9 would just be any percent, so that's included over here. Don't mind this. This is going to determine what category we do. It's going to flag one of these as red, which is the column we're going to pick from. And then it's going to flag one of these as yellow, depending on the distribution. And we're going to select the one that is both red and yellow. So someone give me a number between like 1 and 10. And that'll be our countdown number. But first, before we actually roll it, I just want to go over kind of the interest of what we've gotten so far, and then just some general thoughts. So we have a pretty good field so far. We have Antlers, Bobino, Bogey, Cantaloupe Me, Camp 5 Bombs. These are just people who expressed interest. Whether or not they actually do it's another thing. Enamel, Unost, Fredweeb, Grippies, Dunlow, Random Effect, Redbird Grad, myself, Shaddy, Sully, Siscrusher, Vaughn, and Yua Ryu from Japan. So a good spread of runners here. Lots of different PBs represented, but lots of different backgrounds as well. And yeah, I really like what we have so far. So the idea is going to be essentially, I'll roll these on Saturdays for the following week, Sunday to Sunday. So you have 8 days to submit with a day of overlap. And the idea would be to try to do a no reset run if you can, and maybe another run that you've you've optimized a bit. And you could do more than that too, but that would probably be like what I would say the minimum is. There's no rule for this, obviously, but just that's what I plan on doing. Is I plan on doing like a no reset run to kind of, feel things out, and then I plan on doing a run that is slightly more optimized. And I'll probably spend like 2 hours or less on this each week, depending on the category, I guess. If we roll an item level or a Triforce, depending on what it is, we might add 1 or 2 more from those categories. But if we roll a main or extension, we'll just keep that one, and that's what we're doing. It should be fun. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say. Like right now, I'm just going to keep a leaderboard of times, just so people could see them. We're not going to do any scoring, but what I'd like to do at the end of like the season, like 12 weeks or so, is maybe do like a relay race. Maybe split up into teams of 4 or so. And then one player does a main category, one player does an extension, one player does like a group of item levels, and one player does a couple Triforce hunts. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe it's just a fun way to kind of conclude each season. But right now I'm open to any ideas you guys have, suggestions and whatnot. But yeah, someone throw out a random, single digit number, and we'll roll this first one, and then we'll talk about what it is. Yeah, I think a relay would be fun. And like I said, Osini's got it 7. Racing is definitely encouraged, but the kind of the format for this that was kind of interesting to me, appealing, was, my schedule's kind of wacky. Like being able to schedule a race, and when I did like the all boards no swords, being able to schedule like a best of 3 or best of 5 in short order each week was tricky. So racing is definitely encouraged, but not required to participate. I would just love people to participate and, expose themselves more to the game. So, with no further ado, we'll do a 7-second countdown. Whatever it lands on will be what we do for week 1. And then I'll go over, like, some of the route basics, maybe. We'll check out the leaderboard, see what that looks like. And, yeah, we'll get to playing. But, alright. Ready, set. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Level 4 Triforce. So it looks like it's going to be a Triforce item level week. So I'll roll another one. So getting level 4 Triforce requires you to pull Raft, pull Ladder, and kill Gleeok. So that's, you know, let's say it's a 5-minute thing, even though it's probably overestimating it. Let's say that's a 5-minute venture. Let's try to add a couple more item levels and Triforces that get us to like maybe, you know, 15-20 minutes of gameplay, and then we'll do a couple runs of each in the next week. So first one is Triforce 4. Let me make that note, or else I'll forget. All right, so I'm gonna roll another one. So we're gonna add to this, but we'll write it here in chat. 1, 2, level 4 Triforce. So that's a primary goal. We'll add, yeah, we'll get up to like 15 minutes of gameplay, and then we'll go from there. So let's roll another one. I'll do like a 3-second countdown, and if it ends up in either this or this group, we'll keep it. If not, I'll re-roll until we get 1 or 2 more. Because this is basically a Raft IL, a Ladder IL, if you will, and level 4 Triforce in one. So it's 3 things. So if we get either Raft or Ladder in first quest, we'll also omit those. I don't want to have any double dipping, I guess. All right, 3, 2, 1, stop. That's an extension. 3, 2, 1, go. Extension again. Same one. 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, second quest, magical key. That's a fun category. So this will be number 2. I've done this one. This one's interesting. I'm the only person to have done this one so far. This one's interesting. This might be enough content actually for 1 week. But let's roll. We'll roll a 3rd Triforce or item level and see if it's just a fun little one. Because I wouldn't want to do another big one on top of this. So this one's kind of sizable. So let's roll a 3rd one potentially and see what we get. 3, 2, 1, stop. Nope. 3, 2, 1, stop. First quest, magical key. That's interesting. Yeah. This could play. This could play. So I look at the leaderboard. Oh, dang it. For these categories, pull it up real quick. I think this is a good spread. The world record for second or first quest ladder is sub 3 minutes. So that's about a 5-minute quest, roughly, give or take, depending on where you're at, which is fine. That's a good size. Magical key, the world record is Unos, recently set 4:35. So that's about a, you know, sub 10-minute run. And second quest magical key, I don't think I've submitted it yet, but I think it was, wait, we pull it up right here. Second quest magical key I did in 8:30. So let's actually try to do 3 of them. And if people don't want to do all 3, that's fine. But I would do them in this order as far as priority goes. So we got first quest level 4 Triforce, second quest magical key, and first quest magical key. Those will be our categories for the week. The goal is to get, you know, about, you know, a run's worth of content, and I think that's more than enough, given where we're at. So let's. Let me pencil these in. So we got first quest, level 4. Or I guess it's first quest 4. Got second quest, magical key, and then first quest, magical key. So hopefully this makes sense. just try to put up a couple times for these, and then, you know, submit them however you want to. Twitch, YouTube, whatever. There's no formal process. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at these real quick. So like I said, second quest magical key I haven't submitted yet. I did it like 8:30, I think, was what I did, and it wasn't super solid. Let's check it again. And then we'll look at the routes real quick. Yeah, I did 8:30 for second quest magical key. First quest magical key, you know, set 435. I had the second place with 503, and random effect has a 525. And I think anytime like near 430 is very, very good. So, you know, it's a fun challenge. And then we'll go over the routes. And lastly is the level 4 Triforce. I know that like Drone and Lack and BTs and Unos and those guys beating Manhandla, they get, you know, sub 5 regularly. So it'll be an interesting venture for sure. All right, let's switch over. I call this the routelet sheet. So you may have seen this floating around. This is my routing guide. I made this over a course of some amount of time, but and it might be confusing. It might be overly confusing. Yeah, there's definitely white sword capability for the first quest and second quest any key if you want. Second quest is a lot harder to get a white sword in, but we'll go over the routes real quick and talk about safeties, talk about strategies. But feel free to use this guide if you want to get a head start. And just, we have an overview here of kind of like an index. I have kind of like a ghetto style map of the overworld quests and locations. I made a list of some general safeties. This is worth looking over. An example route in first and second quest to get white sword as early as possible, if that's of interest to you. Definitely. Learning MMG is a tool you can use, or just do the vanilla way of getting blue ring if you need that in a heavier category. What's up, Kale? How's it going? John, Friendweeb. Glad to have you all here. In 100% categories, I mentioned fairy forcing. That's not going to come into play here, but blue ring definitely is an option. If you want to route that. White sword is definitely an option for any of these categories, except for any of them, really. But yeah, so let's go all the way down to the bottom. This is where the ILs are. So we'll do them in order, just priority-wise. So at the very bottom, I have quest ILs. So this is level 4, the snake. So to beat this level, you need a sword, you need the raft out of 3, the ladder out of 4, a pack of bombs probably, and you'll need 3 keys. The keys that you'll get are free in this case because they're all just standing drops. There's 1 in 3 and there's 2 in level 4 that you can grab just walking, you know, directly on path. So keys won't be a problem. Bombs, get them how you want to. You'll probably want 1 because it's better than fighting Manhandla in level 4 with a sword, and it's better than fighting the Dark Nuts before the raft with a sword. So bomb pack is going to be important. Raft ladder. Yeah, and up and A is obviously allowed. The goal with the ILs is just do it as fast as you can through any means necessary. But yeah, so that's level 4 Triforce. I don't know if that there's any questions for that. If you wanted to pick up the white sword, if that was important to you, the best route would probably be to go along the south coast to the east from start. You'd try to kill an Octorok or Moblin to get a bomb drop. You can pull the heart container from the south coast, go up to the rock above level 2, and pull the heart from there. And then go grab the white sword, up an A, and now you're good. So if you wanted to do white sword for this, that's a way to do that. You could even just pull the potion if you wanted to from the south coast for Gleeok. Those are options too. But yeah, this is pretty straightforward, and you'll actually, in doing this, you'll be able to put up a time IL-wise for the raft first quest and ladder, because you'll basically be doing those at full speed. Let's go to second quest magical key. And then let me put up the levels. I have the levels here too, if you guys wanted to see that. So this is level 3. You'd enter here. You'd probably get your bomb pack from the Dark Nut room here, or you can go top route and get the bomb here. do your Dark Nut combat here and pull the raft and up an A, and you'd save probably to go back to start, recover all your health and whatnot. And then level 4, you're gonna, this is just like vanilla quest. You go straight up, grab your key, grab your second key, go right and pull your ladder because you need it to get the Gleeok, because there's no path to Gleeok that's free of the ladder. Then you'll either clip and go this way, or you'll not clip and go around this way to get to the boss. In either case, it's fairly standard, and I imagine you all know how to do it if you're playing the game already. But if not, I'm happy to go over whatever. Second quest magical key is actually in level 8 of second quest. So this is the shape of level 8, just to have it. Let me pull up the route, or what I did. It's not, like I said, this routing guide is a tool. It's the routes that I came up with. It's the routes that are the best of the best on the leaderboards, the ones that are used to get the PBs that are on there. But there's ways to fix them and make them more user-friendly. But we'll just talk about second quest real quick. So the first thing you need is grab the sword, of course, up an A. You'll farm a bomb, probably below second quest level 2, because it makes the rest of it a lot easier. In second quest level 2, let me show that shape real quick. So it looks like an A. It is a letter A, essentially. The recorder's right here. You start down here. And what you do basically to get the recorder is you go all the way to the top. You go here and you button hook down. That's the recorder. And there's a key on the floor somewhere in here that you'll just walk through, and that's the key you're going to pull. So after you get your sword and bombs, you walk in here, you pull the key from here. You have to fight some keys in here. There's 8 keys. You ignore them in Handla, just walk straight down and pull your recorder. After you do that, you'd up an A, and you go to 6, which has the ladder. To go to 6, you'd go south 2 screens, all the way west, and then you'd go up. If I'm spoiling anything, I'm sorry, but you'd go up to the middle of the grave on the left, and you'd toot the recorder, and you can get the ladder out of there. After that, you would up A and save, and you'd need to get 50 rupees. And there's a couple ways to do it. I personally do the money-making game. That was my strategy. Option B is to go to the northeast. You can get the Armos 30, and you can get the bombable 30 right above it, and then get the food out of the northeast corner. And then you would go to level 8, and to get the magical key in level 8, I'll show you how to do it. Essentially, it's a good bit of combat, so you know, it may be worth trying to get the white sword if you want to, but it's certainly possible not to do it. So basically the magical key is right here. And the way to get there, you have to go all the way to the top. You have to feed the Grumble Grumble right here. You go all the way left, and you take a staircase here, and that puts you right here. You go left a room, and this puts you in a room with some Stalfos. You take them out, and you get the key. So that's the route in general. You get a sword, you get some bombs. You go to 2 and pull the recorder. Go to 6, pull the ladder. Drum up some money to buy the food, and then go through level 8 and pull that key out. Yeah, that's certainly possible, I would say. It takes about 30 seconds or so to get the power bracelet on top of the normal route to get the recorder. So certainly viable if you're going to go to the northeast corner and not money-making game. Spending that 30 seconds up front to get to that spot might be definitely valuable. So I would pencil that in as far as a strat for sure. And to get the power bracelet before you go to 2, you just go up and over, and then you could screen scroll across to level 2 above the lake. So definitely viable, and it's probably faster if you're going to go the non-money making game route, because that's the fastest spot to get money, I think. Because yeah, money's tough in second quest. Personally, I'm buying the food at the Forgotten Spot. I think that's where I bought it. And I'm doing 2 money-making games. But yeah, if you're not going to do money-making game, which is totally fine, you can buy the cheap meat, which is in the far northeast corner of the map, and do Armos and get the 30 right above it, and that will finance your meat purchase. So awesome. First quest, magical key. So first quest magical key is also an 8. But there's a little pit stop you got to make here as well. It's not as, just like in second quest, you can't just storm the castle and get it. There's a little build up. So in this one, you got to pull a sword. On my way to level 1, I farm $5 and a bomb from the levers in Octorok. Then you have to pull the bow, and you want to leave with a key, essentially. Oh, by the way, let me go back to this real quick. In this big document, that's kind of nasty, there's a tab called Reqs, R-E-Q-S, and it shows like the requisites required to do any of the categories. Not the minimum required, but what's standard with the current routes. So you can quickly see on these like what's required. For example, second quest magical key, which is right here. You need 3 keys, $100, which is me doing the money making game. You need 3 hearts, a sword, a bomb, recorder. You need the food, and then farther to the right's the step ladder. If you scroll up a little bit, you got first quest magical key. You need 4 total keys in this route, $143, because you got to buy arrows, you got to buy the candle, and then you need 3 arrows for Goma. You need at least 3 hearts, a sword, some bombs, a bow, arrow, a candle probably, and then you'll pull the any key as the goal. So this is kind of like a Cliff Notes version of, what's the minimum necessary to beat this thing. And then obviously on top of it, you can route in safeties. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I went through all the categories that are in play and kind of spec that out. But yeah, so that's what I'd recommend for this one. On your way to level 1, you'll farm some money and a bomb. I did money making game. You don't have to do this. You can get money other ways, of course. You'll go to level 1. You'll pull a key in addition to the ones you spend, because you'll spend 2 and you'll leave with an extra 1. You'll get the bow. You need to come up with enough money for the candle. Then you need to come up with enough money for the arrows, which is easy. There's a 100 secret to the left of level 8 in first quest. And then you can get arrows and a heart container right there on the coast, which is kind of convenient if you want it. You want a ladder. You can't do that, rather. But on the way, you can get a potion if you wanted to on the south coast. But yeah, candle money. Candle money's interesting. Your first play, I guess, could be to go pull the Northeast 100 if you're not going to do money making game. You could pull the 30 and the Armos 30 and the 100, and then up an A, and that would give you all your money essentially, if you wanted to. Or you could do the Armos and then bomb above start, but that's probably slower. I'm not sure. You have a couple options. But always realize that when you route this thing, when you play this game, first of all, make it fun. Second of all, realize that there's lots of ways to do it, and anything that I say or other people say, like, it's not gospel. Just take it, as friendly advice and use it how you want to. But yeah, lots of options here. Like, even leaving level 1, instead of going back to start to do money making game, you can go towards, like you'd go to in the vanilla game, to the corner, and you can do like the rock, the 30 and the 100 secret, and then you can up an A and pull candle, and then go buy the arrows. You can even get white sword this way, probably, if you wanted it. Level 8, as far as combat goes, you got to fight the first lagoon. Yeah, it's another opening. There's lots of possible openings, and that's why I like ILs, because it forces you to consider, you know, strats that are fun and different, and there's often a number of solutions that are viable. But yeah, as far as combat goes, you got to fight the first lagoon. You could skip the second lagoon. You got to fight a blue Goma, so 3 shots. There's not a whole lot of combat in this, but the combat's heavy, obviously. You got to do one Dark Nut Lagoon under weaponed, under defensed. But yeah, that's what we'll do for week 1. We'll do first quest level 4, second quest magical key, and first quest magical key. So hopefully this is fun for you guys. I'm excited to join and partner with you guys, do this league. I plan on doing like 12 weeks, and then we'll decide if we want to do like a playoff or a fun little round robin or something to kind of close it. Then I'd plan on, if there's interest, like taking a week off or so and doing it again and changing the format, keeping it the same. But yeah, whatever ideas and suggestions you guys have, I'm fully open to kind of routing this and doing the logistics however makes sense. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, hanging out, and I'm excited for this league, so thanks for trusting and joining with me on it. We have a pretty good pool here. It should be awesome. Yeah, look at all these names. Lots of good Zelda players. Lots and lots of good Zelda players and good people. So hopefully the list grows. Hopefully people get interested and see the fun we're having and join in. But yeah, race them, have fun, enjoy it, and we'll see you in a week. And yeah, post all your results in the Discord or submit them to the boards. Like I said, first quest level 4 gives you 3 ILs, essentially, a Triforce and 2 items. So it's kind of cool. You can get a bow IL for first quest magical key, essentially. So there's lots of fun little things. You can get a recorder IL doing second quest magical key. So there's lots of content and practice that'll be had in learning these. Have fun racing, boys. I'll be back in a little bit to do some multi-world. But I enjoyed your company. Dunlow, Taven, Friend Weeb, Kale, and others. But yeah, it should be awesome. Have a great race, and yeah, I'll see you in a week. And Discord leaderboards. Cheers. Take care, everyone.